In this lesson, we will digitize your art and create a pattern design. Now that we've created the artwork, we're going to scan it in with a scanner or a phone at 300 dpi or higher. Then this next step is optional. I like to bring my artwork into Photoshop and adjust the levels, erase unwanted marks, etc. But again, this is optional. Taking the few minutes to bring our artwork into Photoshop will help fine line the process when we image trace, whether that is through grayscale process or sketched or black and white logo. Either way, it just helps make the process a little more seamless. What I like to do is go to the top and open up our adjustment levels and grab the white eyedropper and make sure that the paper is actually brought back to white. I also like to increase my midtones if I want the black or the saturation to be a little deeper. I then save the image as a JPEG and drop it somewhere that it's going to be easy to find so I can bring it back up in Illustrator when I'm ready to do my next steps with the image trace tool. Now we're going to open up Illustrator and find the file that we saved in Photoshop, or if you decided not to use Photoshop to clean up your image, that's fine too. You're going to open up the scanned file of your artwork. Once you have your artwork open, we're going to go to the top of the menu where it says Window and scroll down to Image Trace. A little menu will come up for those. I want to go to Shades of Gray to keep the watercolor effect this time, and it's going to take a little bit of time for the computer to process this. Next, we're going to come down and press that Advanced and bring the noise all the way up. I like to keep all the little details so you can play with the toggles to get a look that feels good to you. Next, we're going to go to Object, Image Trace, and Expand, and then Ungroup. You can create shortcuts for all of these, or there is shortcuts for a lot of these. I'm going to delete out the background. This is tedious, but this is how I get that gradient watercolor look. You can create shortcuts for this as well. Mine is Control-9, and it will select all the same bits that are the same color. I outline all of this in a guide as well in the download in this lesson. So if you're not keeping up, no problem. Now I'm grouping these elements together so that we can recolor them. Learning your shortcuts will help your workflow tremendously. For example, Control-Q will bring up your lasso. Control-G will help you group your different elements.